In 380 AD, a Roman poet described a continent beyond the ocean, with geographic details so specific that modern historians have been arguing about it ever since. Columbus landed in America in 1492. This document was written 1,112 years earlier, and almost nobody knows it exists. Rufus Festus Avienus was a Roman poet and official living in the 4th century AD. He served as proconsul of Africa around 366 AD and proconsul of Asia around 372 AD, senior administrative positions in the late Roman Empire. Around 380 AD, he wrote a geographical poem called Ora Maritima, meaning sea coasts or maritime shores. The poem describes the coastlines of the known world: the Mediterranean, the Atlantic coast of Europe and Africa, and then something else, something that does not fit neatly into what Rome was supposed to know. Avienus describes a vast landmass beyond the Atlantic Ocean, beyond what he calls the Pillars of Hercules, the Strait of Gibraltar. He describes it with specific geographic details: a coastline stretching north to south for an enormous distance, large rivers flowing into the ocean, dense forests, a climate distinctly different from Europe. And, most significantly, he attributes this information not to his own observation, but to sources he claims are far older. He writes that he is drawing from Carthaginian and Phoenician records, navigational documents that he claims date to at least the 6th century BC. This is the claim that makes Ora Maritima genuinely controversial, because if Avienus was accurately transmitting Phoenician navigational records from the 6th century BC, then knowledge of a landmass beyond the Atlantic predates Columbus by not 1,000 years, but 2,000. The specific passages in Ora Maritima that have attracted the most scholarly attention are those describing what Avienus calls the Saturni Insulae, the islands of Saturn, and the landmass beyond them. He describes the ocean beyond Gibraltar as vast and difficult to navigate, filled with seaweed that slows ships, shallow in unexpected places, and subject to weather patterns unlike the Mediterranean. This description matches the Sargasso Sea, the region of the North Atlantic between the Azores and the Caribbean. Known for its dense seaweed and unusual calm, the Sargasso Sea was not officially documented by European navigators until the 15th century. Avienus described it in 380 AD. Drawing from sources he claims are from the 6th century BC, he then describes a landmass beyond this sea. The geographic details he provides: a north-south coastline of enormous length, large rivers, dense forest, a temperate climate in the north and tropical in the south, are consistent with the eastern coastline of North and South America. They are not consistent with any other landmass in the Atlantic. Historian Cyrus Gordon, writing in before Columbus in 1971, was one of the first modern scholars to argue systematically that Ora Maritima contained genuine navigational knowledge of the Americas. He was not the last. In 2002, historian Gavin Menzies published 1421, The Year China Discovered America, arguing that multiple ancient civilizations had knowledge of the Americas before Columbus. His use of Ora Maritima as supporting evidence sparked significant academic debate. The debate continues. What is not debated is the text itself. Ora Maritima exists. It describes what it describes, and Avienus wrote it in 380 AD. The most significant claim in Ora Maritima is not what Avienus describes. It is what he says his sources are. He explicitly states that his geographical information comes from Carthaginian and Phoenician records. The Phoenicians were the greatest navigators of the ancient Mediterranean world. Based in what is now Lebanon, they established trading colonies across the Mediterranean, in North Africa, Spain, Sicily, Sardinia, and navigated regularly along the Atlantic coast of Europe and Africa from at least the 10th century BC. In 450 BC, the Carthaginian navigator Hanno, whose voyage is documented in a text called The Periplus of Hanno, preserved in a Greek translation, sailed south along the African coast, reaching what modern historians believe was the Gulf of Guinea. Hanno's voyage demonstrates that Phoenician navigators were capable of extended ocean navigation well beyond the Mediterranean. The question is whether they went west as well as south. In 1872, a stone tablet was found in Paraíba, Brazil, carved with what appeared to be a Phoenician inscription describing a voyage from the Red Sea around Africa to Brazil. The inscription was immediately controversial. Most scholars dismissed it as a forgery, but in 1968, Cyrus Gordon, a specialist in ancient Semitic languages, re-examined the inscription and argued that its linguistic features were too archaic and too specific to have been forged in the 19th century. The debate about the Paraíba inscription has never been definitively resolved. What has been established is that the Phoenicians had the navigational capability to reach the Americas. Whether they did, and whether Avienus was drawing on records of such a voyage, remains one of the most contested questions in ancient history. The archaeological evidence for pre-Columbian contact between the Old World and the Americas is more substantial than most people realize. In 1976, Norwegian explorer Thor Heyerdahl demonstrated in his RA-2 expedition that a papyrus boat, using only ancient materials and techniques, could successfully cross the Atlantic from Morocco to Barbados. The voyage took 57 days. In 1992, a Roman amphora, a storage jar of the type used throughout the Mediterranean between 200 BC and 400 AD, was recovered from the seabed off the coast of Brazil near Guanabara Bay. The amphora was analyzed by archaeologist Robert Marks and later by scholars at the University of Massachusetts, who confirmed it was consistent with Roman manufacturing from the 3rd century AD. The Brazilian government has not authorized further excavation of the site. In 2016, researchers analyzing the genome of indigenous Brazilian populations found genetic markers consistent with contact with oceanic populations, suggesting trans-Pacific contact predating Columbus. If trans-Pacific contact occurred, transatlantic contact becomes significantly more plausible. None of this proves that Avienus was drawing on accurate navigational records of the Americas, but it establishes that the knowledge he describes was not impossible to acquire. The ocean was crossable. The question is whether someone crossed it and wrote it down. The conventional history of human exploration begins with Columbus in 1492. Every school child learns it, but the conventional history has always had a problem. It requires assuming that the greatest navigators of the ancient world, the Phoenicians who crossed the Mediterranean, circumnavigated Africa, and established colonies from Lebanon to Spain, stopped at the Strait of Gibraltar, that they looked at the Atlantic and turned back, that the ocean that Hanno's expedition entered from the south was never entered from the north, that despite possessing the navigational knowledge, the ships, and the commercial motivation to explore westward, they simply didn't. Ora Maritima suggests otherwise. It is a single document, written by a Roman poet in 380 AD, drawing on sources he claims are 900 years older, describing a landmass beyond the Atlantic with geographic details that are difficult to explain if the author was simply inventing them. And this is what I keep coming back to when I look at this text. Avienus was not making a claim. He was recording one. He was a Roman official, not a mystic, not a philosopher, not someone with an ideological reason to invent a continent. He was documenting what his sources said. The question is not whether Columbus discovered America. The question is, what was already known, by whom, and when? And why did that knowledge disappear? Ora Maritima was written in 380 AD. It describes a landmass beyond the Atlantic with geographic details consistent with the Americas. It attributes that information to Phoenician navigational records from the 6th century BC. A Roman amphora was recovered from the seabed off Brazil, consistent with 3rd century AD manufacturing. Thor Heyerdahl crossed the Atlantic in a papyrus boat in 57 days. The Paraíba inscription, carved in archaic Phoenician, was found in Brazil in 1872 and has never been definitively proven a forgery. None of this is proof, but it is evidence. And the question it raises is not about Columbus. It is about what we have decided to call the beginning of history, and what we have decided to leave out, The document exists. It has always existed. It was written 1,112 years before Columbus landed. And for most of recorded history, nobody thought to ask what it was describing. If you'd like to support this work, you can do so by becoming a member. Support is never expected, but always deeply appreciated. Thank you for being here.